To atone is to accept that miracles are real. And what does that mean for your twin flame union? And welcome back to my channel. I'm Breann, a master certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe. And today I want to talk to you about the atonement process and how that plays out in your twin flame union. And as A Course in Miracles says, which I just said in the very beginning, and that is that to atone is to accept that miracles are real, and indeed they're a daily occurrence. In your twin flame union, it is a miracle. The creation of you and your twin flame and the coming together of your union, that is a miracle. But even though you know, or you feel that in your heart, that it is a miracle, you must accept that it is a miracle. You must receive that miracle. And what does that mean? That means that you have to, in the atonement process, you have to stop giving your power away to separation. That means that you've got to quit feeding separation. And you may say, okay, well, how do I quit feeding separation? Well, it's no longer feeding the stories. You know, if you're experiencing physical separation from your twin flame right now, or even if you're in union and you're wanting to go deeper with your twin flame, there's going to be a story, all right? And I would like you to identify what that story is for you. For example, let's say you've just met your twin flame and you're experiencing a runner-chaser dynamic. Well, that is the story. That is the story of separation. Let's say you've come into union with your twin flame and you've had a beautiful time, and you went into a state of physical separation as a result of the triggers and maybe the upsets that were arising in your union, and maybe you didn't know how to handle it, nor did your twin flame. That in itself, that is a story. And when I say it's a story, it means that it's an experience that's unfolding in your union. It's something that you're experiencing in your life. But what you don't want to do here is get attached to the story. And I have done this many of times while I was healing physical separation, and I've seen many other twin flames do this as well, is there's a getting caught up on the story. Here's another example. Let's say, you know, your twin flame is experiencing a third-party situation, and that can be a very deep, upsetting experience for anyone to have, to know that your one true love, they're having a karmic situation, and you know that that's not where they belong, but that's something that's playing out that they're healing through on their journey. And that is let's say it's deeply upsetting to you. If you hold on to the story of that, if you hold on to, and what I mean here is that, well, they've chosen this other person. Clearly, because my external reality is communicating that they don't want to be with me because they're clearly choosing someone else, well, then that's the truth, that they're not choosing me and they want someone else. That's the story. Because in the foundational truth, you were created with your twin flame, and your twin flame was created with you. You were created as one. You are one consciousness. And in the creation of your union, you were created to be together for eternity. But for whatever reason, we are all experiencing separation to some degree, and we're all also healing that. And that means in the atonement process, you have to drop the lie. And that lie, based off this example that we're using, is saying, okay, my twin flame, they're with someone else right now, maybe a karmic situation, third-party situation. Clearly, they've chosen them and they're not choosing me. But you have to go to the truth of the matter. If you know in your heart that that person is your twin flame, and you've experienced that connection with them, and you know that they know that too, and although your physical reality is not yet a manifestation of what you know to be true in your heart, you have to stay firm with what you know and feel in your heart. And that means acknowledging that there's an experience that's being had, but also there's the truth. And because our inner reality creates in our outer reality, it's simply indicating that although You know the truth in your heart. There's somewhere in your consciousness that doesn't know that truth because that's what's been manifested. And if we apply the mirror exercise here, as taught by the teachings of union, then we know that if your twin flame is if it looks like they're not choosing you, well, then the mirror there is, I'm upset because I'm not choosing myself. All right. And this is where the atonement is. This is where the inner healing work happens. And the atonement is, okay, where am I not choosing myself? Right. And an example in that would be maybe a people pleasing. This is often a common one. Whereas if you are a people pleaser, then you're putting other people's happiness or wants, needs, desires above your own. And that means that you are not choosing yourself. And in that not choosing yourself, that's going to manifest in your union. And it's going to appear that your twin flame's not choosing you either. But they're really just, they're playing out what is happening in your shared consciousness. And that's the beautiful thing about the twin flame dynamic, is wherever we're misaligned in our consciousness, our twin flame, they're not intentionally doing it. They're literally just acting on what is in your shared consciousness. And so you can see it as like, you're not choosing yourself here. Well, then they're unconsciously not choosing you either. They're just going on with, okay, so I have a belief in my consciousness that I'm not choosing myself, and so I'm going to act that out. I'm just going to live my life from that place. And that's how you and your twin flame are choosing as one. You're choosing outside of yourselves. But the moment that you atone, meaning that you accept that miracles are real and that your union is a miracle, and you apply the mirror exercise and you love yourself there, you choose yourself and you choose to let go of the people pleasing, because that's a toxic situation. That's not healthy for anyone. We all are connected to source, and we are responsible for our own happiness and joy. And so we can't actually be joy or happiness for another. We can experience attempting to be that, or maybe being that for a brief period of time, but that is not something that's sustainable nor eternal. And in the atonement, you acknowledge that people pleasing is not healthy, and that I don't choose to do that anymore. I choose to put myself first, my feelings, my wants, my needs, my desires, and no, that is not selfish. It simply means just acknowledging that, hey, I have a desire here, and I'm going to commit to that desire. I'm going to go all in with that desire and follow where love calls me to go. And you do that through feeling the feelings in your heart. And you follow your bliss is another saying. Just follow your bliss. Follow your bliss means follow the good feeling. But it's important that you accept that your union is a miracle. And miracles, as A Course in Miracles teaches us, miracles are a daily occurrence. It's actually very natural to experience miracles on a daily occurrence, because as you are embodying love, you're embodying your divine self, or your divine self knows nothing but miracles. And so as you're loving yourself and you're embodying the truth of who you are, miracles become a very natural daily occurrence in your union. That's just one miracle in the massive abundant cup of miracles that God has for you. So what you can do right now is acknowledge that it's safe to let go of the story of whatever is happening in your union right now. And I don't mean discredit, your feelings. Absolutely feel your feelings through the experience that you're having with your twin flame, with the intentions of atoning. And atonement simply means to make right again. And that means to bring yourself into the truth, to let go of the lie, let go of the illusion, and love yourself into the truth. And wherever you love yourself, like I was just saying a little while ago, you choose yourself, that was the example. That is loving, to choose oneself, to commit fully to one's desires and go all in with your joy and your happiness. And that is when a breakthrough occurs in your union. That is where a miracle can happen, and you see your union manifest in your reality. And whatever the story, when you let go of the story will dissolve in your reality because it will have no power. There will be no investment of your energy and your power into it any longer. And we don't know what that's going to look like. We just know that as you take your power back, that dynamic will naturally dissolve away. And whatever way it does, it's guided by the universe, it's guided by love. But it only matters that you choose your atonement, which means you choose to receive your miracles. And in choosing to receive your miracles, you choose to love yourself and receive what was created for you as your divine birthright. All right? And so the atonement process, twin flame journey, it simply means to receive divine love, receive what was created for you, and know that love in itself love in itself is a miracle, and you are created to experience miracles on a daily basis. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.